How to allow a desire to manifest. I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. Well, the simple answer to that question is you just got to get out of the way. Now, let's look at this. How do we get out of the way? How do we change the way that we're looking at the things that we want and how they manifest? Because as I talked about in last video, I had that anecdotal story about the person who wanted to start the business selling cars, and they had the vibrational approach, whereas the person they were talking to had the old world approach of taking action, make it happen action, not inspired action. So let's dig into this and see what the anatomy is of allowing a desire to manifest, because allowing is so much easier than trying to make it happen. Trying to make it happen is definitely not guaranteed. You're not guaranteed of the result. You're not guaranteed if you do get any kind of result that it's going to stay with you. But if you allow it to manifest, then that is a more permanent experience that you're going to have. Just before I go into that, just a quick couple of notes here. I got an email from somebody, and there was a line in the email. I get emails from people giving me some input and updates on how they're progressing through the program or watching the videos and things they're learning, and just really some nice notes about the progress of things and the understanding of all of this and starting to live it. And there was this one line in an email that I got, and I just think it was so profound in capturing what is slowing down a lot of people from receiving the easy manifestations. Everything is easy too. I do say, you do those easy intention experiments to show how effortless things will show up. And the purpose of that is to finally get to the point where you realize it doesn't matter if it's a pink balloon or a car or a house or a job or a loving relationship or anything else. They are all one as easy as the other. Why? Because they're all energy. They're all energy, a frequency of positive emotion, and we have unlimited ability to offer that to the law of attraction. So you see, we're rich in positive emotional energy, and as we learn to choose those kinds of thoughts, then everything becomes as easy as the other thing. But let me read this. Let me read this to you, and it does really capture something very important here. It says, "My issue seems to have been that I had been putting boundaries on the universe to how it could manifest my desires for me, instead of feeling good and allowing the universe to bring me what I want and need in the most ideal way possible." That says so much, because that's what's happening, is that we do put boundaries. Faulty beliefs cause us terribly to put boundaries on the powers of the universe to deliver what we want. And I'm going to cover that in this video about how as soon as we want something, we spring right into questions about how and action and all the rest of it. And we just want to be able to know in our conscious mind, all the details. And quite frankly, it's just not the way the universe is set up. We have our inner being, and they're taking care of those details. And we just got to learn to realize that we have that's our true life partner, our inner being. And when we know what that partner does for us, and we are comfortable with that, then our life is going to be a lot easier, and we're going to just really do our part and go out into our day and enjoy the things in our day, do the things that we love. And when we're doing something that we don't totally like, that we'll find the positive aspects of it, have the full trust and expectation of the wonderful delivery of details that lead us into receiving the things that we want. That's our part. That's our human part in this creative process. And when we do that, then we take all the boundaries off of the universe to deliver things to us in that easy way. So I was really happy to see that this person had come to that revelation, realization, and that clearly made a big difference for them, so that they can now start to do more of their human part in the creative process and stop trying to do their inner being's part in the creative process, because that's always low vibration. Just two other quick notes. I do want to say thanks for all the questions on the videos. The questions give me ideas on what to incorporate in future videos to see if I can make things more clear for everybody. And I guess I get a lot of requests for videos, and I try to, because I get so many requests, I try to incorporate several different videos into one, I guess, video requests into one video, and talk about different things. So keep watching these new videos, and it's very likely that the request that you had will be in one of these videos. I try to cover everybody's requests as much as possible. So keep the ideas coming, keep the questions coming, and keep listening in, and just continue to get more and more clear about how this all works, and how it works, and what we do as our human self in our daily life that allows our life to flow in the satisfying ways that we want it to. Okay, so let's go into today's video. So let me start off with, this is the life, let's call this the life that we're living, this column here, right? So this has many of the aspects, so health and romantic relationship and material wealth and the relationships in our life, family, friends, and all that. We have money in there. We have time and work, job, business, friendships, and social aspects of life. We have travel, discovery, adventure, that kind of thing. And then we have peace of mind. So these are all things that, we can think as we think of our life, the way we're living these things now. And the way that we are living these things, if they're not the way we want them to be, they are the origin of the desire. So it happens automatically. And we know that from the creative process. That's the first part of the creative process, the asking, which comes out of any kind of dissatisfaction with any aspect of your life. And of course, the other thing to know about this is that your current life, whatever it is, it's you. It's just like that movie on the wall, the projector. You know that the projector is responsible for the movie on the wall, and you are the projector. That vibration coming out of you to the law of attraction then brings what it brings that equals that vibration, and your life is the movie. So you're the projector, and your life is that movie. So that's always important to realize, because we want to take responsibility for our life, and that means we have the power to change it. Because if we don't take responsibility for what's going on in our life, what the state of affairs is in our life, no matter what it is, no matter who's in there, what they're doing, or what's showing up, or what's not showing up, if we don't take responsibility from that, now we've lost all of our power. Now we can't change anything. Now it's out there. And you can't change anything out there. So you got to know it's all yours. And that's a very empowering thing to know, and it puts you in the driver's seat. And then you just got to learn, okay, well, what have I been doing that caused my life to be in these ways? And we know it's our vibration, our beliefs, our energy going to the law of attraction. So let me work on that so that I can broadcast something different in terms of the energy, and then the difference will start to manifest, of course. And so this is a column that's to depict what we want. So if we don't like something in this column, our current life, then what we want is already set up. Okay, so that's another important thing. Once you want something because of your current life experience, a lot of traditional thinking is saying, okay, now how are we going to get this together, right? I'm going to go more into that in a minute, but I just wanted to show you that once you know you want something in your life is not the way you want it, this is a big part that's missing from life knowledge, and this is our inner being and the path to what we want, and vibrational reality, where all those things are first. So as we want something, our inner being knows all the details about what we want, sets it up, and then sets up details, the who, how, when, and where, so that we can receive it. And as we're feeling good in our day, we receive those details. Life is about receiving. It's not doing to make it happen. There is action. Let's be clear on this. There is action to life, a lot of action. We're physical beings. We move around. We interact with one another. We carry things in our hands. We move our body to places. We do lots of things with our body that are action. That's a very big part of life. But we want to take the action that is the receiving action, action that's drawing us into what causes us to receive the things that we want, not making it happen, not pounding our way through life to get the things that we want. Okay, so that's what this little piece in here is. When we're here in our life and there's some aspect of this life that you want to be more, different, better, there's two approaches. There is jump into action and start trying to make it happen, or there's the vibrational, natural way of feeling good, knowing it's all done. See this person here into action, they don't even see any of this. They're kind of going into a blind. Really, there's no answers. This person knows, hey, it's all there. I'm just going to sort of let this flow back into me. This person's going after it. This person's letting it come over and take the place of what's over here. See the difference in that? It's massive. Massive. The difference between going out blindly, not sure what you're doing for sure or how it's going to fit together or any of those details, because we're not meant to be that way. That's not the human quality that we have. That's our inner being. That's our partner. That's our life partner. Our inner being takes care of all of that. But faulty beliefs have us think that we're supposed to take care of all of that in our human conscious self. And that's just where is so much of the struggle and strain and pain of life is, in there, right there. But once we move over to this and we start inviting those details because we're feeling good, we're offering that positive emotion through our day, then we're inviting those details to come into our day and draw us along and connect us with the various things, the people, the resources, the whatnot. It's all right time, right place, synchronicities, good ideas come to us, everything, inspiration to act. Very, very different, completely different about these two different lives. So getting out of the way, how do you allow desire to manifest? Getting out of the way, it's getting the negative thought energy out of the way. It's getting the idea that we got to make things happen out of the way and get into more of the allowing. So traditionally what we do, once we have an idea or we want our life to be improved in some way, we're asking questions. How? How do I do it? How long is it going to take? Who should I talk to? What's the next step? Where should I look? And the list goes on and on about questions that we have no answers to. And we're not supposed to have those answers. Our partner has those answers right there. This partner has all of those answers and we don't need to know them at all. We just can't know them because our inner being has the benefit of seeing all energy across the universe. So it knows all the things that match what we want. And we don't just have access to that in our conscious human mind. We just don't. And that's something you just have to accept. And so what we want to do is we want to ask a new question. We want to start to ask a new question that says, how do I allow X to flow? Right? How do I allow more time to flow? How do I allow that job that I want to flow into my life? How do I allow the loving relationship to flow into my life? So it's receiving. If we look at this diagram, it's about receiving. How do I receive it? Well, I flow more of this happy energy, this positive energy. Because here's the fact of life. You have a condition, or you can have a condition you don't like and feel negative, or you can have a condition you don't like and feel good. The fact is, you have a condition you don't like. That we know. So that's not a variable in the equation. The variable is how you're going to think about it, right? Are you going to think you don't have something, or it's hard to get, or how am I going to get it? Or are you going to think, oh, this is a great opportunity here because I've had an experience I didn't like. My inner being knows what it is, and my life just got better because my inner being put together all the details. Now, as I feel good about that, and I know how it works, and I have an expectation of receiving it, and I focus on the positive aspects of where I am, now I'm going to start to receive all the details that move me from where I am, right? I don't have to take action to move myself. I can stay where I am and find the satisfaction, and then the experience is going to transform, it's going to remanifest into something that I want, that thing that I want. The thing that I'm experiencing now has caused me to be clear about what I want, and as I appreciate it for that and other aspects, then I am allowing myself to receive the new experience that I want. So if we took a job and we say, well, I don't like these aspects of it, but so now what do I want? Well, I want a job that has these qualities. Whoa, gee, they feel so good. They feel interesting. They feel like fun. They feel exciting, right? We want to get into the feel of the thing that we want that will allow us to feel good, flow that high vibration energy so that we're going to receive what we want, versus if we're thinking, well, this is not the job that I want and I'm stuck in this job and who's going to help me get out of it and how long do I got to be here and what education do I need and I don't have money to buy and get more education. I guess I'm just going to have to tolerate this for my whole life and I'm just stuck here. You see the difference between those two conversations? One is completely low vibration, powerless, going nowhere. That's just in a cycle. I observe. I don't look. Look at this face right here. I'm looking at this job I don't like. I'm talking about it in a way I don't like it. I'm also looking at my future that I can never get out of it. So now I'm feeling all of that low vibration. Now I'm thinking about it again. Now I'm going there the next day. I'm looking at it. I'm doing the same thing. So it's just a cycle, round and around and around, and you can never get out of it unless you flip to this. Unless you flip to this and you see that the value of that job, how it caused you to feel good about what's on the way to you, that it caused you to be clear about what you want, and because you know this part now over here. You know about vibrational reality. You know about the path. You know about your inner being. This is a good news story, right? A job that you don't like. Where are we at here? Over here. A job that you don't like is a good news story. Just because of what I just said. Because it made you clear about what you want. Your life partner, your inner being, set it all up for you. And a really nice path, not just like getting the thing, but all the days leading up to it, however long that is, your inner being decides the timing of it, and it's going to be all fun along the way, as long as you stay here in this energy. And let me also add that because we got faulty belief momentum, you might have to have maybe a month or 2 or 3 of this to get some of that old momentum out of the way, so that things start to flow. So just because you start feeling good today, don't expect a full flip of your days flowing and everything working as it does in the natural creative process. There is some cleanup there, and I'll emphasize that by going over to the 7 stages of manifestation change as we get the knowledge of life and we start tracking our daily emotions, and then we notice we're more calm, and then we notice things flowing, and then we notice manifestations trending, right? So this is the thing that we all got to go through to break through all those faulty beliefs. But once we get this going, then it's going to flow much smoother going forward. But the initial thrust, if you will, to push through those faulty beliefs in a way that the pushing through has to do with choosing better feeling thoughts. Just by choosing better feeling thoughts, we're displacing those faulty beliefs. And as they're displaced, they don't come back. So we've got all that energy out of our system, out of our subconscious mind, and then it will start to be smoother henceforth. So we want to start to ask this new question. So how do I allow that loving relationship to come into my life? So we don't want to ask questions like, well, who's going to help me and what dating service do I got to go find and where's the best place to meet people, and all those questions, and you have no answer to them. So then it makes you feel kind of powerless and kind of like, oh, am I ever going to have this kind of thing? So that's all low vibration. And then, you know, you're not thinking in terms of the loving relationship your inner being has already set up for you. So you're not feeling it. You're feeling the absence of it. You're feeling lonely about it, right? So you got yourself in a total low vibration place about where you are and the prospects of having the thing that you want. But if you will look at it from this vibrational creative process perspective, and you know that your inner being has that all lined up for you, then you can feel it and you can say, oh, that feels so easy. It's fun. I can see us doing things together, and we have interests in common. We both like to be active together, the way we like to live in space together. It's so easy. It's so much fun. It flows so well between us. We're just excited for life. You know, so you get in the feeling of the experience that you want because it's done. You know, how clear can I say it? It's done. It's just that you can't see it with your five senses, but you can see it in your imagination and you can feel it with your emotion. And that's something we do have to get accustomed to, but that is the work. That is the thing that we want to retrain our mind about, because when we feel the essence of the thing that we want, we're feeling it, then we're making it easy. We're drawing it to us. And so we're not figuring anything out. It's sort of a double whammy. We give up the figuring things out and we feel the emotional essence. So it wipes out all of the low vibration stuff, and it creates this natural life for us where we're feeling good through our day. And not only about that thing, because we're not going to go through our day thinking about this all day. We have groceries to shop, we see our family, we take care of our kids or whatever, we go to sports events, we listen to music, we go to the gym, our job, all kinds of things in our day. We want to be feeling this too for that stuff too. It's not what we do now and again with our vibration, it's an all-day thing. And so it's just when this comes to mind, if you're thinking about a relationship, then you want to think good feeling thoughts about it. And it's the same, I think I mentioned maybe in the last video, if you're walking down the street and you see, two people you can see that they are together. They're in a relationship of some sort together, enjoying one another, that you want to take that as a positive sign of what's coming to you and not look at that and feel lonely. You see, there's so many ways faulty beliefs make us shoot ourselves in the foot, and that's us getting in the way. So when I said earlier, we want to get out of the way, that's how we get out of the way. We stop letting our mind think thoughts that make us think we can't have what we want, that it's not there, and how are we going to get it? When we think those thoughts, we're in the way, and we want to get out of the way, get those thoughts out of the way, and this stuff will flow to us. Now, what I just talked about there in a loving relationship, I could have used money. I could have used time. I could have used peace of mind. I could have used a job. Health. Here's another one, health. How do you feel good when you're say you're in pain? Well, you can be in pain. Let's go over to this. You can be in pain. You've got the condition. There's no doubt about it. You can't deny it. Maybe you try, but people can see the look on your face. You're in pain. So that's not a variable, but there is a variable. You can feel good and have the pain, or you can feel miserable and have the pain. You can be afraid with the pain, which a lot of things to do with health medicine kind of makes you feel afraid, or you can feel expectant of returning to wellness, which if you look at the creative process, you can get there pretty easily, because number one, it's a temporary condition, because your body, if we have negative emotion, let's say we're in a job and we're constantly negative about it, that negative energy on a consistent basis, absolutely your body is going to give you an indicator. So there's nothing wrong with your body. There's some things you can say about your body and your situation that will feel way better than hopelessness and fear. If you say, well, it's just a temporary condition. When I clean up this energy, then on my job and get more satisfaction, then my body will take care of itself. And it absolutely will. You see, there's always a good conversation for every topic. And health is definitely a good one, because your body goes everywhere with you. So that's one of one of the ones that you can't even ignore or get away from is your body. So you've got to find the creative process perspective on that. And you can always feel good, because even pain itself means the cells of your body are asking for what they want to balance themselves, but your negative energy about, say, a job situation, or even the fear of the condition itself, is blocking the receiving of that. So that's what the pain is. So when you know that, all of a sudden it's like, well, yes, it still hurts, but I don't feel emotionally as bad about it. I feel more hopeful now. See, hope is a long way up. Even though it's a little bit of a negative vibration, you can jump into belief and certainty pretty quick from there. But it's a long way from fear and powerlessness, which is what a lot of people feel around their body when they hear what the doctor has to say. So you can be in a good feeling place to allow the things you want to come into your experience at any time. So that is the message of this video, that we want to start living in a way that allows our desires to manifest. It's just all done. It's all done. Everything, and that, I realize that's a new way of thinking, that you want to jump right into action, and you want all the steps, and you want to be certain that if you do A, B, and C, you're going to get D. But I'm here to tell you, you've got your life partner right there, and your life partner is taking care of A, B, C, so you can get D. And you got to get comfortable with that. You got to let go of that kind of control. Because your inner being, that's its part, and you can't do its part. You cannot, and if you try, it's all low vibration. So the part that you control is how you're going to choose to feel about the things in your life, and come up with these good feeling perspectives. And I gave you many in this video about health, about a job, and about a relationship. And so I gave you 3 really good examples of how a lot of times people think of things, and how we shoot ourselves in the foot, nail ourselves to the floor, we get in our way. But if we just clean up all those crazy negative feeling thoughts about how we're going to do something and why we can't have what we want to have, that's going to clear the path. That's going to clear the path. Let me go over to here, to the flow. See, if we do that, if we just start talking with ourselves in a way that gets some emotional relief and to clear the path, all this stuff is just going to come flowing right down the pipe, right down into our life. It's not about going out to get things, not about manifesting. It's about allowing it to manifest. And when you look at this, when you think of this video, you can see, how do I allow a desire to manifest? You can see when you say to yourself, I'm going to manifest. You can see how that's really a dead end. We don't do that. We don't do the manifesting. Law of attraction handles those details of bringing the things to us that allow us to step into the manifestation. But you want to get into the habit of saying, how am I going to allow this to manifest? So look at some aspect of your life, and if it's not where you want it to be, how can I allow it to manifest? And the answer to that question is, I'm going to start to choose different feeling thoughts about it, so that I get emotional satisfaction, even though I don't like the condition, the physical condition. I don't like it, but I'm going to find emotional satisfaction, so I can start receiving the details. I can start receiving the details, and part of what I receive is the inspiration to act. And there will be lots of action. Do not think for a minute that you're going to be sitting in a chair and somebody's going to knock on the door and pour it all into your lap. That's not what we came for. We came to get engaged, get our body engaged, have lots of action, and enjoy that action. So be clear on that. All right, I think I've covered everything I want to cover here in this video. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them on the post. Thanks for listening in, and have yourself a great day.